Obviously a busy week for you, 3 shows. That's the story going on right now. Are you surprised that some of these fights are kind of flying under the radar when you look at Conor and Jose, the spotlight on those guys? You look at the co-main event, one of the best fights, I think, in UFC history. 2 guys really in their pinnacle, in their prime, and this is kind of flying under the radar. You look at their skill set, really 0 weaknesses, working with some of the best teams in the sport of mixed martial arts. Why do you think this fight isn't getting the press that the main event's getting?
Well, I disagree. I don't think that these other fights are flying under the radar, especially that fight. That's why this thing is a $9 million gate. It's the biggest gate we've ever had. And all 3 of these shows are sold out. So none of these fights are really flying under the radar, but the fight that everybody has been anticipating for a very long time is Conor and Aldo. So that's the one that's getting the most buzz.
One thing I have to ask, was there a contingency plan if Jose Aldo couldn't make it to this fight? Was there something in place that, okay, we'll take Uriah or we'll get Frankie? Was there ever a thought that this fight might not take place?
Well, there's always a thought that a fight might not take place, and we've been very lucky this week that everything has stayed intact on all 3 shows. So, but we had Frankie Edgar and Chad Mendez here in amazing physical shape and ready to roll on Friday. I would have taken one of them.
You look at the Thursday card, kind of full of prospects. Aljamain Sterling, Paige Van Zandt in the main event, Elias Theodorou. When you look at some of these young stars, is the UFC doing anything to try to get them prepared for what the future holds? You look at Sage Northcutt, for example. He's thrust in the spotlight so quickly. And there could be burnout factor in 2 years' time. Do you look at how to keep these guys mentally prepared for the future?
When you're a star, you're a star. And you shine bright and you do what you do. Conor McGregor, look at the path that he's been on. Nobody knew who the hell the guy was. Now he's here and he's a superstar. I think that's what every fighter dreams of when they get to the UFC. That's what they expect. It happens for some. It doesn't happen for everybody. So, it's also part of the ride. How do you deal with the pressure, the stress, of the media and all the obligations that go along with being a star in the UFC? You either have it or you don't.
When you look at you're building the new facility and obviously giving the fighters an opportunity to get themselves where they need to be, because the landscape of mixed martial arts has changed, obviously, from when you guys purchased the company. It's going in a completely different direction in the sense that everybody knows how to fight. They know what they need to do, so when the cage door closes, they're physically and mentally ready. Is there anything that you do to tell your fighters, okay, this is what's going to happen. If you win this fight, you win 2 or 3 fights, you're going to become a superstar. There's going to people come knocking on your door, trying to pick your pockets. Is there anything that you do to get them ready for that?
The closest thing to that is at the end of The Ultimate Fighter. I give a speech at the end of The Ultimate Fighter to get everybody ready for the Klingons and the people that come along after you become famous or they think they can make money off you. They're all grown men and women. They have to make choices and decisions in their life on their own. I don't really control any of that. Who manages you, who you decide to be your Klingons and whatever, that's pretty much up to you.
Obviously, you're a promoter, but you're a fan of the sport of mixed martial arts. When you look at UFC 194, great main event, great co-main event, Holloway and Stevens could steal the show, Uriah Faber, Frankie Saenz could be the next guy at 135 pounds. This must feel real.
Romero.
Jacare. Just too many great fights. As a promoter and a fan, you must love what you get to do, especially when you get to see a card like this come together.
Yeah, a card like this and the 2 before it too. There's so many good fights on all these cards. I'm gonna. What's funny is, after a big event, the next day you're completely wiped out. And I'm sure it's the same if you're media or a fan that comes here live. We got to do it 3 nights in a row. So it's never been done. It's the first time, and everything so far is going great. And hopefully this trend continues.